Well, hi guys, it's me again, Glitter 50. My name is Chandra. I'm hoping this one's better. So I've tried a couple different camera angles, and my husband pointed out that the video comes out really small. So I'm back to full size, and we're just gonna go for it. So hopefully this works. I don't quite like the camera angle, but I don't want to see. We're working on it. So today we're going to try out, I've already tried them all and I recorded it and it didn't work out, so we're doing it again. I got these E.L.F quad palettes. This is the chocolate mint. This was $4. This is the mint to be palette, and it's all greens. Sorry, this way. And this was $4. And then this is the bite size hot jalapeno, and this was actually only $3. So they're really, really nice. I really, really like them. So I'm gonna go in with my ColourPop cream shadow in the shade Laurel, and I'm gonna take my I think this is a Luxie brush. I've kind of rubbed off the writing. I'm just gonna swirl my brush in there and add this to my lid. Now, like I said, I've recorded this before, so I know how these shadows perform. So I'm gonna do my look just a little bit different than I did in those, just because me personally, I like variety. I like it a little different. Alrighty. And this just goes all over to give your eyes a nice base, evens out the skin tone, helps to make it so that you don't see the fine lines and wrinkles as much. It just gives it a nice base for your shadows to adhere to. And then I like to take my sponge that I've gotten wet, and it's damp, it's not wet, and just go over the top. And then I'm going to take my new Fenty Beauty in the shade Butter. This is my new powder that I have, and it comes with a nice little top that covers up the holes, so if you're traveling, not that anybody's traveling these days. Where is my little brush? There it is. And this is the BH Cosmetic number 5 brush, and I just take some of the powder off, brush over the top of it to give it so it's not so so your shadows can blend better. But it gives it a nice even skin tone look when you put the primer or concealer or cream shadow like I just did. Alrighty, so there is a YouTuber, and her name is Allie Dawson, and she does her eyeshadow like in thirds, and so I'm going to do that today. I'm going to use the chocolate mint shadow or quad, and I'm going to try and recreate hers. She always goes from the inside out. I like going from the outside in, but it'll give the same basic colors or shape. So this is the darkest brown, and there's a little bit of kick up in the pan, not like horrible, but and a little fallout on my face, but not really like too bad. I'll just brush that off when I'm done. That just blends out so nice. It's just, I love these colors. I love the shade. Do I have these in my ColourPop stuff? Probably. I don't think I have one this dark in my ColourPop yet. All right. So there's that one. Now we're going to go on to the other eye. Some of the other products that we're going to use, I don't know if any of you have seen there's this new E.L.F Camo CC Cream, and all the YouTubers that I watch have been trying it, and I've used it, and oh my goodness, it's so good. You'll see, it just, oh, it's just so nice. But see how pretty that color just covers up? And there's no patchiness, there's no, you know, it just blends so well onto the eye. Alrighty, I forgot to get my color switch out. So I'm going to take my color switch, brush off my brush, and I'm going to take the chocolate coat, the caramel color, the brown that's next to, and I'm going to blend those two together. Look at how those colors are just blending. They're just, they look so good together. Need a little more on the bottom down here. See that? Now the other eye. Tap off the brush a little bit. Brush that on there. And then blend them together. A little bit more. You just take it and you blend those two together. Once you get that shadow laid down the way you want it. I know it looks really funky right now, but it will all come together, I promise. Blend that in. Alrighty. Now, with these colors, normally I would go in with this light color, but I really want to do some of that green. So I'm going to go into the other green palette, and I'm going to use, this is the Mint to Be palette. And I'm actually going to go into the darker green. And I'm going to use my finger because I just find that they work better that way. Look how pretty that color is. I'm just going to mix it in together. Now, with your eye shape, you know, if you have really small eyes, you can't really, like if your eyelids are smaller, you probably shouldn't do this kind of a look just because it's not going to look the same on you. But I have a lot of lid space between my brow and my lashes, so I can do this. You really have to know your own lid color, or lid shape, sorry. And then you can determine what type of shadow look you can do. Like I can look on Pinterest all I want to and say, ooh, I like that, the way that shadow looks, but when I try to put it on my eyes, it doesn't always translate the same. And it's because those ladies have different eye shapes than I do. So I really have to pay attention to the eye shape of the model that they're using or the person who posted it and look and see if they have the same shape as I do. Look at those colors. They just come out so well. All right. So I know it looks a little funky, but we're going to blend them. Blend them together. Now, as I say, you have to trust the process. Now, you can see that I have some glitter, and I'm going to use a different color there, so I'm going to clean that up. Clean up the fallout. Alrighty. It took a little bit off the inner corner, so I'm going to take a flat brush and add that in there. There we go. And it even looks good on a flat brush. You don't have to use your fingers if you don't want to. Some people have an issue with using their fingers on their shadows. There we go. Sorry. Alrighty, so now I'm going to apply my primer, which is my Juno & Co. Moonshine Miracle Cream. Ooh, that was bright. And you really don't need a lot. So I'm just going to take this and apply it all over my face. Oh, feels so nice. Alrighty, now I'm going to get my BoxyCharm brush, and this is the Camo CC Cream, which is a color correcting cream, and I have mine in light 210N, and it has a lot of moisturizing things in it as well. I've moisturized my face already, but this has SPF 30 in it, and it has a lot of moisturizing things in it, so it's supposed to help your skin. But see how I have this pigmentation to my skin, and I have a couple of spots up in here. This just makes them all disappear. Blends all that redness out. So just going to put it on the one side first so you can see the difference between the two. Now this is just with a brush, but see how this side looks just even. So now we're just going to take this, blend it down the neck. And it's thicker on this side than I want it, so I'm just going to rub it and then bring it over. Take a little bit more up under my eyes. See how it just evened me out? It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel like I have a whole bunch of foundation on. It's just nice and light. Alrighty, so after I go over it with the brush, I'm going to take my sponge and I put a little bit of the CC cream on there. And then I take it and I blend out any brush strokes that I might see or feel. Blend it all out. But look how natural that looks. And it doesn't feel like it's heavy or anything like that. I'm going to take it off my lips. Because I hate foundation and stuff on my lips. Now I've been trying this. This is the Soul Body Face and Body Bronzing Balm. So it just gives a little bit of color. So I take this and I take it on. This is a complexion brush. And I just swirl my brush in the product, get some on there, and then I'm just going to bring it along where I want to contour. It smells kind of coconutty. And then I'm going to bring it up to add a little bit of color to my face. Bring it down my neck, along my jawline, just to give myself a little definition, and then I pinch my brush and I add a little contour to my nose. Bring it down my nose. Then I just buff it into my skin. I haven't added any powder other than on my eyes because I don't want it to mess with the products that I'm already using. Now I've been using this as well. This is the E.L.F Putty Blush. This is in the shade Bahamas. It doesn't have a tag on it. I just happened to remember that that's what it was. And I'm going to take the end of my sponge and I'm just going to swirl it around in there. Can you see the color? And then I'm just going to add it to my cheeks. I'm trying out cream products. I'm not very good at it, but we're trying them out. I think that's a beautiful color. You just have to be careful because you don't want it to lift your other products up. See how that looks? Okay. So now normally I would go in with like all my other products, but I'm going to spray my Pretty Fresh setting powder on here just to give it a little bit of moisture. And then I'm going to take my sponge, the flat side of my sponge, which has no product on it, and I'm just going to blend those together. All right, now I'm going to take that flat brush. I'm gonna use my color switch, and I'm going to take that and dip into that light brown color and add this underneath my eyes. I'm hoping today's going to be a good day and my eyes aren't going to water that bad. We shall see. Then I'm going to take just a little tiny bit of the dark brown and put it just on the outer side so it makes it a cohesive blend, so that, see how it just kind of mashes in there? Brush it off my brush. And this is just a little tiny flat brush. And I'm going to use the lightest green shade in there. And I'm going to put that for my inner corner. Bring it along my lower lash line a little bit. Because you know me, I like to glitter, I like to shine. Am I going anywhere today? Probably not. But I feel better about myself if I put makeup on, and it motivates me to do more things if I have my makeup on. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go in with some eyeliner. And on my bottom waterline, I'm going to use the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner. What shade is this? Icebreaker. And it's a nice mint green. The lighter you use in your waterline, either white or peach or like this mint green, the more it opens up your eyes. Hopefully that doesn't mess up my eyes going brighter. Okay, so now I'm going to do my eyebrows with my Cabral inkwell thing. And I just fill them in where the chickenpox scar is and just a little bit of a tail that I don't have. Like I keep saying, I don't like, on me, I don't like the thicker brows. My grandpa had really, really thick brows. Like the whole length of his. So I like them a little bit thinner. I don't like them so thick. But you see where I have this space right here? I need to fill it in. And this just works best for me. I mean, a lot of people use a pencil. To me, I don't get the lines the way I want them. I don't get it filled in the way I want to. And then I just, where'd my spoolie go? There it is. Then I take my spoolie and I just go through it. And taper it down. And now, this is my other new favorite product at this point. This is Fenty Beauty Full Frontal Volume Length and Curling Eyeshadow. It has a really funky brush. So I don't know if you can, whoa, that's not going to work so well. So it's flat and it's wide. Flat and wide. So it just takes you a minute to figure out how to use the brush to apply them. And I have naturally long eyelashes. But they don't curl so much. So I'm hoping to get this. I don't like using an eyelash curler because when I was younger I pinched my eyelid. So in person these look really, really good. Not so much on the camera. See how that looks? Had a little goop on the end of that. But it just gives really nice lift. I got this this mascara in my BoxyCharm Premium for this month. So I've really liked using it. But it does give my lashes a really nice volume, in my opinion. Look at that. And now, just because I know my skin and I know what's going to happen later today, so my skin feels really nice, but I know me, I'm going to be a little bit oily, so I'm going to take a little bit of that Fenty powder, just a skosh, just a little bit, and lightly brush over the top. I don't want to use too much because I don't want to look cakey, but that just gives it a little bit of extra coverage. And I want a little bit more blush, so I'm going to use my powder blush over the top. This is in Floating Lights. It's the ColourPop Disney. Just going to give it a little bit of more color. So there you go. How does that look to you? I think it's beautiful. I love the browns and the greens together. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put on some highlighter. This is, of course, ColourPop again. The Flexitarian. Oh, can't really see the color. This is their Super Shock highlighter. And it just, see that? Just adds enough of a sparkle. And I like to take it up onto my brow bone and a little bit above. And then just blend it in. See how that just blends in there and gives it a nice shine? I really like it. So this is my new E.L.F makeup, the Camo CC Cream, and these little bite-sized quads. And they're so inexpensive. Like I said, this one right here is $3, and it's beautiful on your eyes. And then there's these two, and these were $4. They have more in this set of the $3 set. They have like pinks and purples and browns, and you can get all kinds of them, and they're $3 each. So I would suggest you go out and get them. I hope you all have a great day, and who's better than you? Nobody. Thanks for tuning in.